Sorry, folks. Lost my audio there for a second. Hopefully you can hear me now. So Trey with a leadoff double. And Gavin stands in. And Gavin pops that over third baseman's head. It's going to fall for a single. And Trey races home. And Waterloo with an early 1-0 lead. In steps Mason Reedy with Gavin on first. Probably off with the pitch, I'm thinking. He's being held on now, and he's off. And Mason leaves that one alone, and that gets by the catcher. And Gavin will take third on the passed ball. And Mason lays off that one, 2-0. And Mason follows that one up to Coach Ross at third base. 2-1 to Mason. That ball is swung on and grounded over to first. Gloves and throws, but Mason is safe with an infield single. RBA single for Mason, and Waterloo is up 2-0. And Shea will step in now. And Mason's off with the pitch, and Shea lines one into right center. That's going to two-hop the fence. And Shea is heading to third, and Mason will trot home. And Waterloo up 3-0. Still nobody out here in the top of the first, and in steps Tucker. And Tucker swings and misses, strike one. Tucker with a grounder over to third and bounces over to the third baseman's head. Bad hop there. That's a tough play. Try to make on that one. Tucker will be safe with a single. And Waterloo up 4-0 now in the top of the first. Dylan steps in now. And that ball is inside and gets away from the catcher. Tucker's off to second, and he's trying to take third, and the throw down to third, and Tucker's in there safely. And that ball is outside, and Tucker will trot home for the fifth run of the first inning. And it's 2-0 to Dylan. And that's in there for a strike, 2-1. And that is fouled straight into the netting. And we'll do it again, 2-2. And Dillon swings, and it's a drop third strike. And Dillon will reach first. So another runner aboard for Waterloo brings up Wyatt. Wyatt off with the pitch, and that ball is low. Excuse me, Dillon off with the pitch. Wyatt's in the batter's box. And Wyatt with a shot to center. Does he have it played? No, can't get to it in time. And Dillon will take third on the single by Wyatt. And brings up Avery with nobody out yet. In the top of the first, Waterloo with 5 runs in already. Wyatt off with the pitch, and pitch is outside, 1-0. And Avery with a little nubber over to past the pitcher, and he will be safe with a single. And Dillon scores, and that brings up Ryan. That ball is high. Avery off with the pitch, and he will be into second. 2 runners in scoring position for Ryan. 1-0 right now. I believe Ryan checked his swing. There, Ryan pops that one up, and second baseman is going to not get there in time. And Wyatt is coming home, and he is out at the plate. Difficult in that situation when you've got an infield pop like that. I would have thought that would have been an infield fly rule that the batter's out and the rest of the runners stay, but Ryan ends up at first, and Wyatt kind of got caught in no man's land there. Emmanuel steps up, and he swings one and fouls it back to the concession stand. And that's strike one. And that ball is high. Ryan will take second. 1-1 count to Emmanuel. And Emmanuel swings through that one. 1-2. And that ball is outside. And Avery will come home on score on that one. Ryan will take third. Waterloo up 7-0 in the first inning. Two and two count to Emmanuel. And Emmanuel lays off that one. Full count, 3-2. And that ball is low. And Emmanuel walks. Runners on first and third with one out. And in steps Mason Dolphin. And Mason Dolphin swings and fouls that one back. And Mason Dolphin with a grounder back to the pitcher. Throws over to first and misplayed over there. And Mason Dolphin will take second on that play. Ryan scores. Little RBI there for Mason Dolphin. Waterloo up 8-0. And Jacob falls one back. And Jacob pops one foul over here to first. And just out of the reach of the first baseman. One down, top of the first. Runners on second and third, and Waterloo up 8-0. And Jacob off the end of the bat over to short and tries to get the force at third, or at least get the lead runner there, but Mason Dolphin, one of the fastest players on Waterloo, and you're not going to catch him. So Jacob with a fielder's choice RBI, and back to the top of the order here in Trey, who led off the game with a double. And that ball is outside, stopped by the catcher, but Jacob will take second on the pitch. And that's grounded over to short. Fielded cleanly, but Trey is able to beat it out. On the play, Mason Dolphin scores. Jacob moves to third. And Waterloo up 10-0. And in steps Gavin, and opening pitch to him is a strike. Gavin with the single his first time up. Little bloop shot over to third base. And that ball is outside. 1-1. Gavin with a grounder to short. Picks cleanly, throws, but he is trying to cut down the lead runner Trey at second. But Trey is in there safely. Gavin will take first on the fielder's choice. And in steps Mason. That ball is outside. Pitch is outside, excuse me. And Mason Skies one out to left and caught out there for the second out of the inning. And in steps Shea, who tripled his first time. Out to right center. And there's Shea. Grounder over to second and steps on second for the third out. But Waterloo plates 10 in the opening inning, and they lead 10-0. We'll set the defense for you here when we have the opportunity. And everybody gets out here. Looks like Avery will be on the mound to start. I'm guessing Trey is probably the starting catcher. He has to get his gear on. Yep, I can see him in the dugout. So we'll set the defense for you here. Avery pitching and Trey behind the plate. First to third, Dylan. Mason. Gavin at short. Jacob at third. Your outfield is Shea in left, Tucker in center, and Mason Dolphin in right.
You got score?
It's unofficial. I don't have the book. Book's over there, but I got 10.
A lot to a little.
Hmm?
A lot to a little.
Yeah. Just talking to the first base umpire, and he asked me if I had the score, and I said I don't have the official book, but I got 10. And he says, oh, too much or too little? Well, Madison Kennedy hasn't been up yet, so we'll see where this heads. So it's again Avery on the mound for the opening pitch in the bottom of the first. And there it is, strike one in the outside corner. That ball is inside, 1-1. That's right down the middle, 1-2 now. Ball just outside, 2-2. Shot the corner and missed it. And there it is, strike three, batter's out. So opening batter for Avery is a strikeout. Second batter up now for Madison Kennedy. And Avery starts him off with a strike right down the middle. And that ball is outside. Nice scoop by Trey. 1-1. Avery a quick worker like Brent Suter, listen to me, Brent Suter on the Brewers. And there's a pitch right down the middle. 1-2 now. Trey laying down a sign. And Avery comes back, and that is inside, 2-2. That is inside, 3-2. Full count here. That is on the outside corner. So 2 up, 2 down by the strikeout. Brings up the third hitter in the Madison Kennedy lineup. First pitch to him is high, ball 1. And there's a nice pitch. There we go, 1-1. Right at the top of the zone. And there's a nice pitch on the lower outside corner. 1-2 now. And he throws a curveball in there. Looked like a 12-6 attempt at a curveball, but we'll take it. So all 3 outs recorded by the strikeout. And Madison Kennedy is done in the first. So coming up in the second inning is Tucker, Dillon, and Wyatt. So Madison Kennedy Ballpark, located on County Road T, just past Sprecher Road, a little northwest of Cottage Grove. I was talking to Coach Ryan earlier today, and he said that even when he was young, he played here, so this park's been around for a while. When we pulled in earlier today, I could smell the grill going, burgers, brats. So, beautiful night for baseball. Could use a little bit more of a breeze, but is what it is. So, we'll be back to baseball here shortly with Waterloo leading 10-0.
Is it a big wet mark?
Right here.
Avery needs
Gatorade. So Tucker stands in as the opening batter of the second inning for Waterloo. They lead 10-0. And that ball is high and outside. Dillon practicing over here in the on-deck circle and somehow lost control of his bat. It went flying up to the Coach Ross in the third base coach's box. That ball is low and outside. Nice stop by the catcher. Keep it in front of him. Two 2-0 count to Tucker. And Tucker swings at that one and fouls it back against the fence. And we'll do it again here at 1-2. And Tucker with a grounder over to third. Glove there, throws to first. And the call is, it was dropped by the first baseman. So Tucker will take second on that play. On via the, I think he had that beat out. We'll give Tucker a hit on that. I think he had that throw beat out. In steps Dillon with Tucker on second. Modest lead out there. Tucker not going. Dillon swings and misses. Strike one. And that ball is outside, 1-1. That's inside, 2-1. Dillon able to lay off on that one. And that ball is outside. Tucker is not going to try to go to third. It appears that Coach Reedy has called off the dogs. We're probably going to be playing station-to-station baseball here for the rest of this game. Three-one count to Dillon, and that is outside. Oh, a ball. The way he pointed, the way the umpire pointed, I thought he was calling a strike on that, but he did not. So runners on first and second. And Dillon will be pinch run for. I'm guessing he will probably be on the mound in the second inning. Coach Reedy may be going and electing to have one pitcher pitch each inning. So first and second, and Wyatt steps in, and that's lined over to third, misgloved and kicked over to the shortstop, but no chance to get Wyatt at first. He is on via the air, and in steps Avery with the bases loaded. Avery, the starting pitcher today, and he recorded all 3 outs in the bottom of the first via the strikeout of the top 3 Madison Kennedy hitters. And his first pitch is on the outside corner, strike one. Avery delivered a few of those himself in the first inning. And that ball is back to the backstop, but nobody will advance. Waterloo still leading 10-0 here in the top of the second. Nobody out. Bases full of Pirates. And a 1-1 count to Avery. And Avery leads off of that one, 1-2. And he swings at that one and lines that one out to left and off the left fielder's glove into left field, and Tucker will come home and Shea will come home. And Waterloo leads 12-0. In steps Ryan with runners on first and second, and Ryan laces one into left center. And picked up by the left fielder, gets it in. And Ryan is 2 for 2 in the game. And it brings up Emmanuel, who walked his first time up. And that ball is outside, but no advance by any of the runners. See if we can zoom in here a little bit. Get a little closer to the action, maybe. And there, Emmanuel swings through that one, 1-1. Nice pitch on the outside corner. Madison Kennedy, pitcher, took a little something off of that one. And Emmanuel with a shot out here to center, and that will fall between the center fielder and the right fielder. They get it in, and Wyatt scores. Emmanuel with an RBI. And Waterloo with 3 in the inning, and they lead 13-0. In steps Mason Dolphin, who is 0 for 1, reached on an error his first time up. That ball is outside. Actually, Mason Dolphin reached on a fielder's choice, I believe. And that ball is high. Mason Dolphin with a foul over to third base there. Coach Reedy getting a workout over there. 3 foul balls and a bat. And Mason Dolphin leaves that one alone. 1-2. Still nobody out here in the top of the second inning. Waterloo with 3 in. They lead 13-0. And Mason Dolphin leaves that one. Oh, hits the outside corner. And that is the second strikeout for the Madison Kennedy pitcher. 1 down here in the top of the second. And in steps Jacob, who was safe on a fielder's choice as well in the first inning. Bases full of Pirates. And Jacob swings at the first pitch, and he hits that one in the left field. And Avery will score. Ryan running around second or third, and he will score. So Jacob with a solid single and 2 RBIs. And Waterloo up 15-0. That ball is over Trey's head. Trey 2 for 2 in the game. Led off the game with a double. That ball is outside. 2-0. Pitch is high again, 3-0. And Trey swings at a 3-0 count, and he puts that into left field. So Trey is 3 for 3 today. That loads the bases for Gavin. With 1 down in the top of the second, Waterloo leading 15-0. And that ball bounces low. Pitch, I should say, bounces low. Ball 1. And Gavin fouls that one off the end of the bat, straight back. 1-1 now. And that's high, 2-1. Gavin swings at that one and hits that to the first baseman, dropped, but steps on the bag to record the out. Emmanuel scores. And it's 16-0. Runners on second and third now for Mason. Ball is outside. And Mason grounds to third and fumbled there. And Trey is safe at third on a slide. Mason takes first. Jacob scores. And it's... oh, never mind. He did call him out at third. So 3 outs there for Waterloo, but they played 7. So through an inning and a half, it's 17-0. Oh, okay, never mind. Dylan's playing catcher. I thought he was going to be pitching. So he is behind the plate with Avery. Still on the mound. And Trey will play first, so even switch there. So we have some shakeups in the lineup here defensively. See if I can figure this out. So Avery's still on the mound. He hasn't moved. Dylan behind the plate. Trey at first. Mason Dolphin at second. Emmanuel at short. Ryan at third. And your outfield is Wyatt in left. Tucker in center. And looks like Jacob in right. Not sure if I have all of those positions right, especially the outfielders. I'm pretty sure I have the infielders correct. But opening pitch by Avery in the second inning is swung on and grounded over to shortstop for Emmanuel. Throws over there, and Trey scoops it out of the dirt, and 1 pitch, 1 out for Madison Kennedy here in the bottom of the second. And Avery's pitch is on the outside corner for strike 1. And Avery right down the middle, took a little something off, and Madison Kennedy batter way out in front, 0-2. And Avery, another curveball, 12-6, and records his 4th strikeout of the game. 2 down for Madison Kennedy in the second inning. And we're trying to figure out who's up next. So back to live baseball. Avery's first pitch is swung on and fouled over the Madison Kennedy dugout. Strike 1. And Avery, another foul over the Madison Kennedy dugout. So Avery quickly ahead 0-2. And Avery with a 12-6 curveball and picks it up and throws over to Trey at first. And Trey unable to glove it. So Madison Kennedy with their first runner aboard. Little number in front of first. Avery couldn't get off the mound quick enough. Through to first. Trey almost had it snow coned, but it popped out of his glove. I think maybe when he was trying to pull his arm back. And we'll see if Avery throws back. Looks like he's going to think about it. He does throw back, and runner is safe. Pretty big lead over there. Just daring Avery to throw it to him. But he is back in plenty of time with a dirty uniform. Trey holding the runner on. And that's a nice pitch in the outside corner for Avery. Strike one. And still a 2.5 step lead over there at first, but Avery's paying no attention to him, and he throws that one right low and over the middle of the plate. 0-2. And that is low. And Dillon keeps it in front of him. No advance by the runner on first. 1-2. Waterloo leading 17-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. And Avery throws back, but he's back in plenty of time. Not sure if these kids, listen to me, not sure the umpires are well versed in calling a balk. Not that that was, and Avery throws that one, and that is fouled over the first baseman's head. And Jacob will retrieve that one, and we'll do it again at 1-2. That is just inside. 2-2 now. And that pitch is right on the outside corner, strike three. So Avery with 5 strikeouts in 2 complete innings. And Madison Kennedy strands 1. Through 2 innings of play, Waterloo leads 17-0. It's again nice facility here at Madison Kennedy. 4 diamonds. The diamond we're on has a 300-foot fence. 2 other diamonds have 200-foot fences, and I think there's another one that's around 180. So depending on your age bracket will depend on which diamond you're playing on. Two up in the top half of inning number 3 for the Pirates, Shea, Tucker, and Dillon. One thing at this park too is a lot of mature trees. You know, you sit and watching a game, you got plenty of shade you can sit under. I see the diamond off to, well, let's see, it'd be about 7 o'clock from where I'm standing. Even the stands are in shade. You got 5, 6, 7, 8 mature trees over there. Breeze is blowing right behind you. New pitcher in for Madison Kennedy. So he'll finish his warm-up tosses, and Shea getting ready to step in here. I'll have to talk to Avery after the game to see if he's actually trying to throw a 12-6 curveball or if that's his changeup. Sun slowly moving across the field here, where shadows are getting longer. Looks like it'll be behind the tree here shortly. And then maybe I will be in the shade a little bit. So we played about 50 minutes here and we've gotten 2 innings in, so I see a few other defensive changes here. Looks like there's a new catcher behind the plate. The former catcher, I think, is playing third now. New first baseman. We must have total changeups in the lineup here for Madison Kennedy. I don't know how many warm-up pitches these kids get. I swear they've had more than 8. So, but the umpire is putting his mask on now, so Shea will be stepping in here momentarily. And Waterloo with a 17-0 lead. Ball is outside and to the fence. Strike 1, or ball 1, excuse me. I think I need some practice with balls and strikes myself after that call. Shea grounds that one right up the middle for a solid single. Shea 2 for 3 on the day. And Tucker steps in, who's 2 for 2. And that ball is high and back to the fence here. Shea with a good lead over at first, not being held down over there. And Tucker lays that one alone, 2-0. Oops. So 2-0 to Tucker. And he leaves that one alone, 3-0. Tucker's dad hollering from the stands to swing at a green-lighted 3-0 count. We'll see if he does, and that was inside, and Tucker walks. So runners on first and second, nobody out here in the top of the third, and Dylan will step in. Started the game at first base and caught the last inning. I believe that's Dylan's first catching experience of the year. And that is over Dylan's head, ball 1. That is inside to Tucker. Excuse me, Dylan. Tucker's on first. 2-0 to Dylan. Wyatt stands in the on-deck circle. And that is over Dylan's head. And that is over Dylan's head. So back-to-back walks for Waterloo. Dylan's second walk of the game loads the bases for Wyatt. Wyatt coming up with bases loaded has happened this weekend in the tournament in Verona. A couple of times Wyatt was up with bases loaded. And opening pitch is high and outside, ball one. Nobody out in the top of the third, bases loaded, and Waterloo leading 17-0. And Wyatt swings at that one and goes over to first. Picked there, and he's out. And collision at first base. Wyatt is okay, but is recorded out on the play. Shea scores. And Waterloo up 18-0. Runners move up to second and third, and Avery leaves that one alone, and it's ball one to him. And Avery is over his head, 2-0. Tucker the runner on third, Dylan on second. One out in the top of the third, Waterloo up 18-0. And that ball three. Avery without the batting gloves on now. Seems a little odd. You know, Mason Dolphin is typically the only one on the team that doesn't use batting gloves. So, looks like Avery has a different bat he's trying out too. So 3-0 pitch, and that is swung on and missed. Strike one. Avery swings at that one and pops that one straight up. Who's got it? Pitcher's going to take that and drop it in fair territory. And Avery will be safe at first. Bases loaded now for Ryan, who's 2 for 2 in the game. 2 for 2, 2 runs scored. Let's see if he can connect here and get some RBIs on the board. And that ball is outside, 1-0. And that's over Ryan's head, 2-0. That's over Ryan's head, 3-0. Third baseman and shortstop are playing rock, paper, scissors out there between pitches. That is strike one, outside corner. So 3-1 to Ryan. And Ryan follows that one straight back over my head, and we'll do it again at 3-2. is outside and back to the backstop. So Ryan walks his first time today, and Tucker will trot home his third run of the game. And Waterloo up 19-0 with only one down here in the top of the third. Coaching visit to the mound. And we will have a pitching change. Starting catcher and third baseman comes in to pitch, and they will do an even switch. So we'll see how many warm-up tosses this pitcher gets. I don't normally say this, but Madison Kennedy well, you got to give them an A for effort. They're totally outmatched this game. That's about all I can say. So that's 3 pitches so far. This pitcher appears to have a little bit more zip on his pitches. Coach Ryan over at first, talking to Ryan. And looks like we're only going to get 8 pitches, so umpire will dust off the plate off here, and Emmanuel will step in, who was 1 for 1 with a walk and 2 runs scored. Bases loaded for the Pirates, and that ball is outside. That's over Emmanuel's head. 2-0. That's over his head. 3-0. I don't know if the second base umpire out there is swatting away mosquitoes or what he's doing. 3-0 count to Emmanuel. And he swings at that one, and foul over here and out of play. Three and one. And that is outside. Emmanuel will walk for the second time. Dylan trots home for his third run of the game. And Waterloo now up 20-0. And in steps Mason Dolphin. Struck out his last time up on an outside pitch. And This pitcher tries to hit that spot, and it is still outside, ball one. And second pitch is inside to Mason. He gets out of the way of that one. And that ball is high, 3-0. That's right on the outside corner, 3-1. All right, let's see if he's found his release point. Mason Dolphin will walk and Avery trots home. Well, Waterloo has matched their run output for the season. Defeated Cambridge 21-6. And they now have 21 runs on the board. Quick coaching visit to the mound. And Jacob steps in. He is 1 for 2 with 3 RBIs today. And that is right on the outside corner. Strike one. And that is fly out here to right. And he was playing awful deep out there. That will fall right in front of him. So Jacob with a single. And Ryan trots home for run number 22 of the game for Waterloo. Jacob with his 4th RBI of the game. And bases are still loaded, and we're back to the top of the order in Trey. And that ball is high. He is 3 for 3 today. So that's what you want your leadoff hitter to do, is get on base. And that's exactly what he's been doing. That is grounded up to Coach Ross at third. 4th ball of the game for him. One and one is the count on Trey, and that's over Trey's head. Two and one. And Trey with a grounder over to short. And they will scoop over to second and get Jacob on the fielder's choice. But Emmanuel will score. So 2 outs in the inning and runners on the corners, and Gavin steps in, who's 1 for 3. And Gavin shoots one out to center and caught out there by the center fielder. And the side is retired, but Waterloo picks up six more and lead this one 23-0. I don't know if there's a mercy rule or not in this game. We'll see who's going to pitch. And Jacob will be on the mound. So close the book on Avery. 2 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts. The only blemish on his record was an error committed on a dropped throw to first base. Sorry about that, folks. So defensive changes for Waterloo. We have Tucker at first, replacing Trey. Avery off the mound, and he moves to center. Wyatt playing short. Trey will be in right field. And left field is Ryan. Looks like Emmanuel is at third. Mason Dolphin remains at second, and Dylan is still your catcher. So first pitch for Jacob here in the bottom of the third inning is inside a ball. And that is at the top of the zone, called a strike, 1-1. That almost hit him, just able to get out of the way of that one. 2-1. That's right down the middle, 2-2. That is inside, but swung on for strike three. So Jacob records a strikeout here. And Jacob's first pitch is way inside, ball one. Jacob's next pitch is right in there on the outside corner, evens the count, get a ball and a strike. That's on the outside corner again for 1-2. That is high, but swung on. Kind of more of an excuse me swing, I think. He was probably trying to protect himself more than anything else. So 2 down here for Madison Kennedy in the bottom of the third inning. And Waterloo leading 23-0. And that pitch is right in there, strike one. That is way inside. Jacob with some control problems here in this inning. It's about the 5th one he's threw inside, and Madison Kennedy's been able to duck out of the way of all of them. Yeah, 1-2. Comes back, and that's fouled straight back right in front of me. We'll do it again at 1-2. And that is right in there. So Jacob strikes out the side in his opening inning. And that retires the side. So we are through 3 innings of play here at Madison Kennedy. Waterloo leads 23-0. Due up will be Mason, Reedy, Shea, and Tucker. Or are we calling it? I can't tell. Is it a mercy rule? Or what are we doing? Looks like they're going back out there. I don't know. Both teams are sitting by their dugouts. Maybe he's trying to figure out where everybody's going to be placed on the defense. I don't know. Maybe they're looking at the rules to see if it is over or not. Well, it looks like it's a minimum of 4 we got to play. Well, it looks like it's a minimum of 4 we got to play. So, get back to baseball here shortly. So Waterloo with 23 runs on the game, only 17 hits, 7 walks. So same pitcher on the mound for Kennedy that closed out the last inning. So once again, Mason, Shea, and Tucker. And this half of inning number 4. And first pitch is swung on and pounded down the left field line for Mason. That's going to go into the corner. And he's digging for second, and he's going to go for third. And relay throw over here is not in time. Mason will be safe at third with a triple. So in steps Shea. And throw over to third, but Mason's back. And that ball is back to the backstop. Ball one. That is a strike. 1-1. Mason the runner at third. Shea up at the plate. And that ball is outside. And that ball is also outside, 3-1. Smell of popcorn is in the air, folks. Smells good. And that is high and outside, and Shea walks his first walk of the game. And brings up Tucker, who is 2 for 2 in a walk. And that ball is in there, and Tucker pops that up. Anybody going to catch that one? And that is going to be touched in fair territory. And Mason trots home. So it was unfortunate he touched that in fair territory, otherwise it might have gone foul. And brings up Dylan. Ball is high. Shea on second, Tucker on first, nobody out in top of the fourth. Waterloo up 24-0. And Dylan leaves that one alone. That looked like a nice pitch, and it was. Strike one. Over Dylan's head. 2-1. And that was a nice pitch. And right fielder's out there, and he just out of his reach. And Dylan will be safe with a single. Bases are now loaded. And Wyatt, again, he's the bases loaded guy over the past week. It's his fourth or fifth time being up to bat with the bases loaded. And swings at that one and fouls it over top of my head. Strike one. Oh, 0-1 to Wyatt. Pitch is on the outside corner. 0-2 to Wyatt. Bases loaded and nobody out here in the top of the fourth. Waterloo leading 24-0. There's a pitch inside, and Tucker. And, excuse me, Wyatt grounds over to third, but is safe on the play. Nice stop by the third baseman, and Shea comes in to score. Avery out in front of one over top of Coach Reedy's head. And that is strike one. It's unfortunate the third baseman didn't understand the situation. He could have stepped on third and retired Tucker, but threw over to first instead. That's over Avery's head. 1-1. And Avery swings at that one and puts a little drop by the shortstop. And everybody's running around here, and that will be recorded out at third base. But Tucker scores. Dillon out at third. Avery on via the fielder's choice, so runners on first and second now. And striking the outside corner to Ryan. That is on the outside corner to Ryan. 0-2 or 1-1? What are we at? 0-2. The ball is low and outside. 1-2. Over Ryan's head. 2-2. Avery on first, Wyatt on second. One down here in the top of the fourth. Waterloo up 26-0. That's in there, and Ryan swings on and misses, but you got to glove the third out. You gotta catch the third strike. And even though Ryan is recorded via the strikeout, he is safe. Oh, because first base was occupied, he is out. That's right, if it's not occupied, he can go. But because it's occupied, he strike out. So, two down in the top of the fourth. Not sure. Well, it was a live ball, so the runners can advance. So Wyatt moves up to third, Avery to second. And Emmanuel steps in, 1 for 1 with 2 walks. And that is high. Emmanuel swings at that one, grounded to third, and he's going to try to tag him, and he does successfully. Avery out at third. So that ends the inning. Waterloo plates 3 more. So after 3.5, it is 26 to nothing. Jacob on base for his second inning of work here in the bottom of the fourth. Gavin behind the plate now. Wyatt over at first. Looks like Avery's at short. Emmanuel at third. Ryan's in left field. Dylan in center. Tucker going to right. Tucker will go to right, and Mason Dolphin will stay in the game at second base. Trey, Shea, and Mason will sit this half inning out. With Waterloo leading 26 to nothing. Jacob's first pitch of the fourth is in there, strike one. That is high, but on the inside corner. High strike call, 0-2. And there's another one. Strike three straight strikes, and batter's out. Fourth strikeout for Jacob. And Jacob throws that one. First pitch high, 1-0. Brought that one down, 1-1. That is a high strike. That looked a little high to me, but 1-2. And that is in there, strike three. So 5 outs for Jacob, all recorded via the strikeout. And Madison Kennedy down to their last out of the game. That is a nice low strike right there. Ooh, inside. That's something that Jacob didn't have a problem with earlier this inning, but that was threw about 4 or 5 of those in the first inning. That almost hit the batters. And swing and a miss, 2-1. That was inside, 3-1. That is high. Oh, now we're full count. Okay, it was 2-2 before. I'm sorry. So full count. And that is inside, so Jacob's first blemish. That's inside. Stop nice by Gavin. 1-0. Waterloo leading 26-0. And that's high and outside. 2-0 by Jacob. Three and 0, that's outside. That's right down the middle. 3-1. Jacob found it that time. Let's see if he can find it a couple more times here. There's 2, 3-2 now. So back-to-back full counts. Let's hope for a different result here and Jacob doesn't walk this guy. And that was swung on and fouled up the third base line. Coach Ross picking it up again, and that's 5 for him today. Might have stung his hands a little bit. He took a little extra time. And Jacob throws that one in, and strike 3. So all 6 outs by Jacob recorded by the strikeout, and that'll be the ball game. Waterloo successfully comes to Madison Kennedy Field and defeats Madison Kennedy 26-0. See you later.